having people come to me and being like, what you just said, like, Justin is such a nice guy. Like, I can't even imagine that there was friction between them on set. And then I'm having people who worked on the movie
Wow.
or close to people who worked on the movie saying he was such a bad communicator as a director. He made Blake feel uncomfortable because of X, Y, and Z.
I've met Justin Baldoni many, many times, and I've never met Blake Lively, but Justin, I mean, he and I have been like on a personal, contact basis, and I have found him to be the sweetest.
The shortest distance from your head to your heart is your neck. It's a short distance. Just take it. Just take it.
And be in the moment.
Be in the moment.
Yeah. He's also, his religion is it's not Buddhist, it's
I talked about it.
Badgley.
Yeah.
What
It's
is it
called
again?
oh god, I forget. It like ends with an I, it starts with an R or a B.
It's yes, but I don't know if that has anything. I'm Googling it really quick. Oh, Baha'i.
Baha'i, yeah. Oh, see, there I was.
Yes, yeah. Oh, you were right there.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. New York education coming in hot. I say own it, by the way. It gives it authority. It's like, people in the South here in Nashville, they're like, our Southern accent people think we're stupid. But anyway, so I say own it and own your resting bitch face in real life with their New York ways. If you have one, I know I do. But so what is really quickly, and does that have to do with your thing of like, oddly enough, people who presume or put the facade of being really fake and nice actually aren't? Does that play into that? Or
Yeah, well, this is the thing. For both of the actors, Blake and Justin, like, I'm hearing both sides of the story. So I'm having people come to me and being like, what you just said, like, Justin is such a nice guy. Like, I can't even imagine that there was friction between them on set. And then I'm having people who worked on the movie or close to people who worked on the movie saying he was such a bad communicator as a director. He made Blake feel uncomfortable because of X, Y, and Z. And then with Blake, she has a reputation for being a certain way, but then I'm hearing people come to her defense in my DMs and being like, Blake was so professional and so amazing during this whole project. So I don't know what to think, to be honest.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
really fascinating because we'll always hear the prima donnas, right, going at it.
Right.
But this is really, I mean, again, I can't attest to Blake, but I will say Justin, and I know that the Baha'i, I actually have had friends in LA who are Baha'i, like, what their faith meant to them. And I think it is like Buddhist adjacent, but he told me a story of really hitting rock bottom in life and why, like, I think he had cancer at one point and why it just like allowed him to really reflect and be the person he is today. And he also, I became close with him because he did all that. I'm like, here he is in the Peace Corps, like philanthropist, but he did all that work on Skid Row. I forgot what it was called. And he did that movie, My Last Days, about really, right, with young people facing terminal illness. And I met some of them. So like, yeah, that's crazy. And I've also heard really great things about Blake. And obviously she and Ryan Reynolds are such vets. So yeah, when they're pinned up, that's so, I did not have that on my bingo card. Like,
yeah, I'm really actually quite interested what other people are hearing, if they're hearing like such polar opposites of character assessments of what happened on this on set, because
right.
honestly I've never been so confused. And like, people are asking me like, well, in your opinion, like, who's in the right and who's in the wrong and whose side are you on? And I honestly, like, I don't know. Like, part of me is like, if he made her feel a certain way on set having to do with her physical appearance, which is a rumor, that's not cool. And listen, like, I don't think he, said like, oh,
Yeah.
she looks large or huge. I think that there was a conversation because she was postpartum. I think there was a conversation on set and it was not private. I think other people had heard it, and that's why it's getting out there. And that's part of this narrative, that things happened on set that made her feel uncomfortable. And there's just so many different rumors swirling. I'm trying, like, as people ask me the questions, because I'm doing a Q&A right now, today's Monday, on my Instagram stories, to be as open and honest, because I also think it's unfair that both are being accused of things that might not have happened at all, right? Like people are saying like is there going to be
Yes.
now I'm hearing like the A word, like abuse. Like did he abuse her?
What?
And I'm like I swear to
This
God,
is
like these
getting
are the it's getting
crazy.
crazy. Like these are the type of rumors that are now
Wow.
being created and just want to say like no. And I said it on my account, like I haven't heard anything of that nature or to be that serious. And then
Wow.
people are painting the picture, like also like asking me like did Blake and Ryan bulldoze over Justin like
I was just gonna say it is
during
a
yeah.
little bit of like a David and Goliath, like, and also I'm thinking like both being so notoriously nice, and even like my personal experience with Justin, like what would either of them have at stake? And like it's not like again they're naturally petty. So all this, I'm gonna pivot to a perfectly on time young Hollywood, right? And again, like the tried and true, like what tried and true, like what stands the test of time, but. All of this just goes to show, something due on my show that I explore a lot is like celebrity relevancy and will they become obsolete. And like after the pandemic, I think like they became so transparent and in people's faces, but like this goes to show that it's just one of those things that will never die. Like that's why I said in the beginning, our guilty pleasure, like something about it, like we are just like fascinated.